Did you know that the first hour after you wake up could be the key to living into your 90s or beyond? It's surprising but true. Most people unknowingly sabotage their longevity every morning before they even finish breakfast. In this video, I'll share the 7 morning habits commonly found among those who live well into their 90s and beyond. And here's the exciting part. Habit number 4 takes just 30 seconds, but could add years to your life. These are powerful secrets that most doctors never mention, yet the evidence is crystal clear. Let me introduce you to Walter. At 65, he watched his friends face serious health problems, heart disease, memory decline, mobility issues. But today at 93, Walter still lives independently, drives himself around, and even volunteers at the community garden 3 times a week. His secret? It wasn't genetics. Most of his family didn't live past 75. Walter's transformation began when he discovered 7 crucial morning habits at a health seminar. Small changes made a huge difference. While others declined, Walter thrived. When I asked him his secret, he smiled and said, "It's all about what I do in the first hour after I wake up." Today I'm sharing Walter's secrets with you. Are you ready to find out the morning habits that could completely reshape your health after 60? Let's dive in. Habit 1. Hydrate immediately. If you haven't had water yet this morning, your blood is already thickening, putting strain on your heart and brain. The first thing people who live the longest do is drink water immediately after waking, not check their phone or turn on the news. Timing is crucial. Harvard Medical School researchers have found that overnight dehydration speeds up aging by up to 31%. Dr. Jessica Rothman, Harvard's Director of Renal Health, explains that during sleep, dehydration causes morning blood sludging, making your heart work harder and damaging tiny vessels in your brain and kidneys over time. Take Sylvia's story. At 72, she struggled with kidney issues, constant fatigue, and memory lapses. Doctors were preparing her for dialysis. But after starting the simple habit of drinking 16 ounces of water immediately upon waking, before even stepping out of bed, her kidney function improved by 28% in just 2 months. Her doctor was astonished at her transformation. Here's what to do. Tonight, place a full glass of water on your nightstand. Tomorrow morning, before your feet touch the floor, drink the entire glass, plain water, not coffee or tea. Room temperature is best. Make it as automatic as brushing your teeth. After hours of sleep, your organs are dehydrated and desperately need water. Can you commit to this simple habit that could dramatically boost your kidney and heart health? The longest-lived people on Earth treat this step as essential, not optional. If you're not doing it yet, when will you start? Tomorrow morning could be the first step toward a healthier, longer life. Habit 2. Get natural morning light. Could you be unknowingly throwing off your circadian rhythm every morning? If you're not exposing yourself to natural light within the first 30 minutes after waking, you're missing out on one of the most powerful longevity boosters discovered by science. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that early morning sunlight exposure can boost melatonin production later in the day by a stunning 73%. Dr. Andrew Peterson, a leading expert in circadian health, explains, "Getting sunlight in the morning triggers hormonal processes that shape everything from your sleep quality to your metabolism and even your brain function for the next 24 hours. Skipping this step is linked to a 37% greater risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases after age 70. Take Benjamin's story. At 75, he struggled with chronic insomnia that had plagued him for decades. Pills, supplements, nothing gave him lasting relief. Then his doctor suggested a simple fix. Spend 10 minutes outside first thing in the morning. Within just 2 weeks, Benjamin was falling asleep faster, sleeping deeper, and waking up refreshed. Even better, his blood pressure dropped by 15 points and his afternoon crashes vanished, all from swapping his indoor routine for sitting on the porch with his coffee. You can start tomorrow. Make it your priority to get natural light within half an hour of waking. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is 50 to 100 times brighter than indoor lighting and delivers critical wavelengths your brain craves. If stepping outside isn't possible, sitting by an open window helps. In winter or bad weather, a medical-grade light therapy lamp can be a useful backup. but natural sunlight remains the gold standard. This habit isn't just about better sleep. It's about recalibrating your entire biological clock and slowing the aging process at the cellular level. Will you step outside tomorrow and give your body the signal it's waiting for? What's stopping you? Habit 3. Gentle movement before breakfast. What you do before sipping your morning coffee could shape how your joints feel decades from now. Most people unknowingly make a damaging mistake. They stay inactive until after breakfast. But research shows that skipping movement in the early morning triggers inflammation, speeding up joint degeneration. According to rheumatologists at the Mayo Clinic, seniors who practice gentle movement soon after waking experience up to 65% less joint deterioration compared to those who remain sedentary. Dr. Lisa Monroe, Chief of Geriatric Medicine at Mayo Clinic, explains, "Our studies reveal that light movement before eating activates a vital process called autophagy, essentially a cellular cleanup system essential for maintaining joint health. Seniors who move early show dramatically lower levels of inflammation than those who don't." Take Harriet's story. At 68, she faced debilitating arthritis that left her in constant pain and on the verge of knee replacement surgery. As a last effort before surgery, her physical therapist recommended something simple: 7 minutes of gentle movement immediately after waking, before any food or coffee. The results were astonishing. Within 3 months, Harriet's pain had lessened so much that her surgery was canceled. "I thought my active life was over," Harriet shared. "Now I can play with my grandchildren again." And it all started with those few simple minutes each morning. So what's the action plan for you? Tomorrow morning, after drinking your water, but before touching any food or caffeine, dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to gentle, joint-friendly movement. This isn't about intense workouts or stressing your body. It's about slow, flowing movements that gently wake up your joints and muscles. Start with easy circular motions of your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and wrists. Stand tall and softly sway from side to side. If you're able, touch your toes or simply lean forward slightly to stretch your back and legs. The key is to keep your body moving in a smooth, continuous way, allowing stiffness to melt away. Think about how stiff you often feel first thing in the morning. That tightness is your body sending you an important message. Ignoring it day after day silently accelerates aging. Moving gently during this critical window unlocks longevity pathways that otherwise stay dormant. Will you give yourself these few minutes each morning to protect your mobility for years to come? Picture yourself at 85 or 90, still moving with ease and independence. Those who enjoy such vitality aren't merely lucky. They made small but powerful choices, just like this one, every day. Tomorrow morning, before your first sip of coffee or bite of breakfast, commit to a few minutes of honoring your body. Your future self will thank you with strong, flexible joints and the freedom to live fully. Habit 4, the 30-second breathing ritual. There's one simple habit nearly all people who live past 90 share, and it takes just 30 seconds each morning, yet most people overlook it completely. What if I told you that how you breathe right after waking up could shape your entire day's stress response, and over time, add years to your life? Researchers studying blue zones, regions where people frequently live to 100 and beyond, found that centenarians commonly practice intentional breathing patterns that lower cellular stress by as much as 48%. Dr. Michael Cohen, an expert on longevity practices in Sardinia, Italy, explains, "We've recorded significant drops in inflammation and stress hormones in individuals who engage in intentional morning breathing. This short practice activates the vagus nerve, sending a message throughout the body that it's safe to shift into a longevity-focused mode instead of a constant survival state." In Sardinia's remote mountain villages, Douglas and his team observed a fascinating ritual. Every morning before eating or even speaking much, the village elders would step outside and perform a series of deep rhythmic breaths. Scientific measurements revealed that these elders, some in their late 90s, had heart rate variability and cortisol patterns closer to those of much younger adults. One 96-year-old shepherd put it simply, "I breathe every morning to prepare my body for a good day. If I skip it, I feel sluggish and foggy by noon." So how can you bring this powerful practice into your own life? Right after you drink your morning water, and ideally while standing in natural sunlight, try the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale completely through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a soft, whooshing sound. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times. That's it, just 30 seconds. Yet these few breaths powerfully signal your body to calm the stress response, lower inflammation, and switch on the internal processes that promote longevity. It might sound almost too simple to make a difference, but the science is rock solid. This small practice has measurable effects on blood pressure, inflammatory markers, and levels of cortisol, your primary stress hormone. Ask yourself, are you breathing deeply and fully right now? Chances are, like most people, you're only using about 30% of your lung capacity in daily life. Shallow breathing keeps your nervous system stuck in mild survival mode, day after day. Tomorrow morning, you have a choice. Will you invest just 30 seconds to dramatically shift your health trajectory? The long-lived individuals of the world aren't doing extraordinary things. They're simply doing small, powerful practices consistently. Make the 4-7-8 breathing exercise a non-negotiable part of your morning ritual. Start tomorrow and watch how your body and mind begin to transform. Habit 5, a protein and fiber-rich breakfast. Is your morning meal quietly working against your chances of living a long, vibrant life? Unfortunately, for most Americans, the answer is yes. The typical breakfast foods, high in sugar and refined carbs, are silently accelerating aging, and many people don't realize the damage until it's too late. Nutritional gerontologists, experts in the science of aging and nutrition, have identified a striking pattern among long-lived populations. Their breakfasts dramatically reduce inflammation by as much as 53%. Dr. Valerie Richardson, lead researcher at the Longevity Nutrition Institute, explains, your first meal of the day sets the tone for your entire metabolic system. It impacts insulin sensitivity, inflammation, and even how well your cells repair themselves. A breakfast containing at least 25 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber creates a biological environment that favors healing rather than harm. Take Gerald's story. At 68, he was diagnosed with prediabetes and alarmingly high inflammatory markers, despite maintaining a healthy weight. His doctor warned that full-blown diabetes was likely within 2 years. Instead of rushing to medication, Gerald made one major change. He overhauled his breakfast. He swapped his usual toast and coffee for a protein and fiber-packed meal. In just 6 months, Gerald's blood work showed stunning improvements. His inflammatory markers dropped and his blood sugar normalized. The only thing I changed was breakfast, Gerald emphasized. My doctor was shocked that one meal could reverse so much damage. Now here's a simple formula you can follow to create your own longevity-supporting breakfast. Choose a high-quality protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a plant-based option like tofu or a clean protein shake. Add fiber-rich foods, berries, chia seeds, oats, flax seeds, or a handful of leafy greens. Include a source of healthy fats, avocado, nuts, seeds, or a drizzle of olive oil. One critical rule: avoid refined carbohydrates before 10 a.m. Foods like white bread, sugary cereals, and pastries spike your insulin levels, trigger inflammation, and speed up cellular aging. The best part? This habit doesn't require extra time. You're already eating breakfast. You're simply making a smarter choice that activates your body's natural repair systems rather than fueling damage. Ask yourself, is the breakfast you're eating now worth the health risks you'll face later? Wouldn't it be better to make a simple switch that strengthens your body from the inside out? Start tomorrow. Choose a meal rich in protein and fiber, and notice how your energy stabilizes, your focus sharpens, and your body feels more balanced, even within days. Over the course of months and years, this small decision can have a massive impact on your health and longevity. What will you have for breakfast tomorrow morning? Remember, sometimes it's the smallest daily choices that create the biggest long-term results. Habit 6, morning social connection. There's one habit more powerful than any supplement when it comes to extending your life: meaningful human connection. Most people don't realize just how dramatically social isolation impacts their health. It's been shown to be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But there's another key discovery. The timing of these connections matters just as much as the connections themselves. An extraordinary 80-year Harvard study found that those who engage in social interaction before 10 a.m. significantly increase their chances of living longer. Dr. Robert Miller, who oversaw the latest phase of the research, explains, "We observed that participants who had meaningful social contact early in the day had a 29% lower all-cause mortality rate. Morning interactions appear to set off neurotransmitter patterns that improve heart function, strengthen immunity, and elevate mood throughout the day." In Okinawa, Japan, home to some of the world's highest concentrations of centenarians, Nancy, a longevity researcher, witnessed this in action. Every morning, neighbors would gather briefly for conversation before beginning their daily routines. One vibrant 97-year-old woman summed it up. "If I don't talk to someone in the morning, my whole day feels off. We check on each other every morning. It's a habit that has kept us alive and well for so long." When researchers compared the biological markers of these socially connected elders to those of isolated seniors, the differences were astonishing. The connected seniors appeared biologically decades younger. So how can you integrate this life-extending ritual into your mornings starting tomorrow? Here are 3 easy ways. 1. Make a short morning call to a friend or family member. Even a quick 3-minute conversation makes a difference. 2. If you live with others, create a small morning ritual, a check-in over coffee, a few words of encouragement, or even just sharing your plans for the day. 3. If you live alone, try organizing a regular meetup with a neighbor, a walking group, or a weekly breakfast with friends. Even once a week is a great start. And if none of these seem possible, even a friendly interaction with a cashier, neighbor, or barista can trigger similar positive effects on your body. The goal is to make morning human connection non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth. Your body needs this signal to set the right hormonal and immune patterns for the day. Supplements, exercise, and nutrition are all important, but without daily human connection, your health foundation remains incomplete. So who will you reach out to tomorrow morning? A quick hello, a warm exchange, a caring word. These seemingly small acts could hold the secret to your vitality and longevity. Don't let another day pass without giving your body and mind this essential gift. The science is clear. Human connection in the morning can literally add years to your life. Habit 7. The power of directed gratitude. There's one mental practice that nearly every vibrant 90-year-old swears by each morning: intentional gratitude. But this isn't the usual vague advice to be thankful. There's a specific way of practicing gratitude that actually influences your brain's aging process and strengthens your body's resilience. Neuroscientists at Yale University have uncovered that a consistent morning gratitude routine physically reshapes the aging brain and reduces cortisol levels, the body's main stress hormone, by 23%. Dr. Sarah Jenkins, an expert in neuroplasticity and aging, explains, when seniors practice directed gratitude soon after waking, we can literally see changes in brain activity on fMRI scans. The prefrontal cortex, critical for decision-making and emotional regulation, lights up in ways that mirror much younger brains. Timing is everything. Practicing gratitude within the first hour of waking amplifies these brain and body benefits dramatically. Patricia's story brings this research to life. At 74, she battled stubborn hypertension that wasn't responding well to traditional medications. Her cardiologist grew increasingly concerned about her heart health. Instead of adding more prescriptions, Patricia tried something radically simple: a structured gratitude practice focused on her own body. In just 3 months, her blood pressure stabilized, and her heart rate variability, a key indicator of cardiovascular resilience, improved by an incredible 31%. My doctor kept asking what new medicine I was taking, Patricia shared. When I told him it was just my morning gratitude habit, he didn't believe it, until he saw my consistent improvements over time. So how exactly did Patricia practice gratitude? Here's the 2-minute routine that helped transform her health. Right after finishing your morning breathing exercise, place your hand gently over your heart. Name 3 specific parts of your body you're grateful for, and be detailed. For example, I'm thankful for my eyes that let me watch sunsets and read my favorite books. Oh, I'm grateful for my legs that still allow me to dance with my grandchildren. Oh, I'm thankful for my heart, which has been beating strong for me every single day without fail. Notice the key: specificity in directing your gratitude toward your body, not just general circumstances. This isn't wishful thinking. It creates a measurable shift in your nervous system, reducing inflammation, balancing stress hormones, and boosting your immune response. All from just 2 minutes of focused thought. Will you give your body this gift tomorrow morning? This practice requires no fancy equipment, no cost, and no extra time beyond what you already have. Yet its impact can be life-changing. Ask yourself honestly, have you thanked your body today? Or are you only noticing what's wrong with it? Your mindset, the way you see your body, literally influences how it functions and how fast or slow it ages. Now you've learned the 7 essential morning habits that could completely change your health after 60 and possibly extend your life far beyond. You don't have to be perfect. Even starting with just 3 of these habits can shift your health trajectory in profound ways. Remember Walter, the 65-year-old who became a thriving 93-year-old? He didn't adopt all 7 habits at once. He began with 2 simple changes, felt the difference, and built momentum over time. The most important thing is this: start tomorrow, not next week, not when life calms down, not when you feel more ready, tomorrow. Every morning you are programming your body. You're either setting it up for vitality and youth or quietly accelerating aging and decline. Which will you choose? These habits aren't luxury tips. They're vital practices for anyone who wants to live not just longer, but better. Which of the 7 habits resonated most with you? Which one will you implement first? Let your future self, the vibrant, healthy version of you decades from now, thank you for the decision you make today. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more life-changing health secrets that most people over 60 never discover. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits are you already practicing? Tell me in the comments below. Share this video with someone you care about. It might just be the gift that adds years to their life.